Hello, introverts and extroverts. I had my Discord community vote on what my next video would be about, and a lot of you have voted for part 2 of The Bacon Factory, and wanting me to talk about the creepy men that worked there. However, that job wasn't the only place where I've encountered creepy men, so I figured, why not list every creepy men encounter that I can remember at any place I've worked at. Hold on a second. There we go. Miss Cartoonist Lady, what about creepy women in the workplace? Well, sock puppet viewer I just invented and came up with right now, I haven't experienced any. And I'm not saying women can't be creepy, I mean, you all remember Chloe. I'm not saying that it's all men either, but a large amount of men I've encountered at work in my personal experience, especially in that bacon factory, were very creepy towards women. That's scary! How can men learn to be less unintentionally threatening towards women when they want to show interest to them? How about we just let them watch the video to show them to not do that shit to random women they don't know, or any woman, for that matter. Because even though it's not all men, the less men it is, the more women will begin to feel comfortable in public. Does that mean you'll start leaving the house and stop using me to cope? No, sock puppet. I just have crippling social anxiety. It's a completely separate issue. God. Now, if you don't know or don't remember how shitty this bacon factory was, I suggest you watch the last video I made. Now, like I said, I was 18 to 19 while working there, so the title card for this might confuse you. However, after my injury of, the pig incident, I had my 17-year-old sister work with me. Not only did she need a job, and that I'd make money by referring her, but I wanted someone in the workplace to make sure that I was okay, because the managers kept putting me on jobs that would heavily strain my back. I'd like to remind everyone that our uniforms were very exaggerated, so the only thing these men were seeing were our eyes and necks. That's it. All they can see is, of something vaguely woman-shaped, and they become absolutely ravenous. Every day, and I mean every single day, from the point that my sister started working with me, these men would ask me for her age and if I could give them her number. I'd always say no, obviously, because she's a minor. But my 17-year-old sister didn't help with this because she has, and still does, this bad habit of telling people she's a year older than she actually is. You see the problem here, right? She's a minor, telling these 30-year-old men that she's 18, and her excuse for this bad habit is, I'm turning that age in a year anyways, what's the difference? The difference is a whole fucking year, you fucking goose. Anyways, I had to beg her to say her actual age, because these men will start harassing her like they do to me, and for her, that's illegal, so she gets a free pass away from these men, but if they see that these creepy men thought she was 18, then it would be her fault at that point. It's fucked up, but that's just the world we live in. So if I wasn't clear enough, this is how an interaction would normally go between me and these men.
How old's your little friend?
Really, right out of the gate, no hi or how are you? She's 17. How old are you?
32. Age doesn't bother me.
Well, maybe it should, because she's much too young for you. Damn it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But yeah, every guy asking for her number would be in like their late 20s all the way to early 40, which is absolutely disgusting. And for the next part, this is probably how the guys would have become had she been 18. How do I know? Because it did happen to me when I was 18. So, I was working on this big machine that was one of my favorites, because you didn't have to do much, which sure made the day boring as hell, but with my broken back, it made life absolutely wonderful. There was 3 positions. The guys would be at the front of the machine, throwing the bacon bits down onto the conveyor belt. The middle position, where you had to check the bacon bits for any foreign objects, like bits of our uniform or bones. And the last position, where you had to watch the bucket fill up and make sure it all fits inside. Out of my entire, like, year and a little bit of working there, I've only ever found one bone. So this job was kind of useless, but also very important because it's, like, quality control shit. I never got anything for finding that bone. And I fucking hated this job. Anyways, being in that middle position where you just stare and rummage through bacon, you're elbow to elbow with someone else doing the same thing. Some people like to be chatty, I wasn't, but some people like to be creepy, and that's where it started with this guy. I don't remember his name, so we'll call him Caleb. That day, for whatever reason, I think it was a doctor's appointment, my sister wasn't there.
So, who's your pretty little friend that was here yesterday?
Oh, she's 17, she's not gonna date you, back off. I was really tired of these men's shit at this point.
Can you give me her number?
No! What point of backing off do you not understand? Every chance and every day this man got, he'd ask me for my sister's number. Even to the point of asking it again multiple times within the same conversation, after which I had already told him no and to stop asking. If I remember correctly, this man was in his 30s, by the way, harassing another coworker for a 17-year-old's number. Please note, at no point did he ask for anyone's names. I didn't know his name at that point. He didn't know my name or my sister's name. All he knew is that he wanted to date a 17-year-old that he knew nothing else about. Hell, with our uniforms, he probably didn't even know what we looked like. So, on our breaks, on the work floor, even as I was getting ready to leave, every day this guy would ask me for her number as I kept saying no. And one day on that machine I was talking about earlier, he changed his, let's just say his course slightly.
We've known each other for a while.
No, we really don't.
Are you single?
Yes? What does that have to do with anything?
Will you be my girlfriend?
What? No, I don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about me. You don't even know my name. I don't know your name.
My name is Caleb.
Great. That doesn't stop me from proving my point. Why would I want to date someone I don't know?
Then get to know me.
No.
Why not?
Well, let's just see what I do know about you. What I know right now is that you're a creep who likes minors, who doesn't take no, or stop, or leave me alone, this is the 10th time you've asked me today, for an answer. So, no, I don't want to be your girlfriend.
But you're single.
God forbid that a woman doesn't want to date the first guy that harasses her. After that day, instead of asking for my 17-year-old sister's number, he'd ask to be my boyfriend. No matter how many times I said no, he'd just keep asking me any chance he got. So was this the point that you reported him to HR? Ha! No. But considering how they handled the situation when it escalated, I highly doubt that they would have done anything anyways. Escalated? Yeah, let me get into it.
So,
I'm not dating you.
no, I was gonna say I like that thing you have around your neck.
Oh, my choker? Thank you. Wow. Huh. I think that's the first time you talked to me about something that wasn't asking me to date you or for my sister's number.
I'd love to put my hands around your little neck like that.
Stop. Leave me the fuck alone.
Whoa. Jeez, no need to overreact like that. I was just trying to show you that I was interested in you.
I hate feeling that way. Especially when, at that time, it was a year after I was molested by a predator. That feeling of genuine helplessness, of your cries for stop and no being ignored. I never, ever want to feel that way again. That evening, when I got home, I messaged HR immediately, obviously. And you want to know what I said? My only request was to just not have us work in the same department. Simple, easy. There was 3 massive departments and several dozen machines in that factory. Can we take a guess on what they did? HR said they would do it. And the very next day, me and him were working on the exact same machine once again. The last few remaining months of me working there was a living hell, constantly worrying about my safety, worrying I'd be harassed, or worse. And I think that's around the time that my insomnia started, and it only got worse and worse from there. Every day I feared that there would be a moment in that big, empty factory that he'd find me when no one else is around, and thankfully, that fear was enough to make me quit. That already shitty job that didn't care about me, so I didn't call in to quit. No 2 weeks notice, I just stopped showing up. If they didn't care about me, why would I care enough to inform them that I wasn't showing up to work? And thankfully, as a sign of solidarity, my sister decided to quit alongside me. Alright, I'd like to distract your attention for a little bit. I'd like to announce my first ever sponsorship, Reverycraft. Reverycraft is a cross-compatible Minecraft server that is builder-friendly, allowing players to make their own towns in order to prevent griefing, but also allowing their friends to build alongside them. It also has multiple worlds ranging in difficulty, as well as RPG elements for those with a thirst for adventure. With over 500 custom items and over 200 new mobs, all without needing to install mods. There's also an economy system where you can get in-game currency by completing tasks in order to buy blocks and items. Not to mention that the developers plan on adding more, like the losing mobs from the mob votes, and more custom content. Also, if you use the code ℝ𝕖𝕧𝕖𝕚𝕚, you can get a 25% discount on any purchase from their website, which, alongside the discount, a large percentage will go towards supporting my channel, allowing me to continue doing what I love. So thank you, Reverycraft, for sponsoring this video. Now, the next job I've had after that was at a dollar store. Now, I'm not going to say which kind of dollar store, or like the name of the bacon factory, companies like that, because, you know, I don't want to get sued. But, man, every place I've worked has been shitty, but this dollar store wasn't as shitty, so I'll give them that at least. I would have a lot of occasional creepy men encounters when working in retail, not really much to note. Do you find that being a woman somehow makes people think that they have a right to, like, touch your hips when they're walking by, or touch you in any way, period? Personally, I strictly try to avoid touching strangers. In fact, I've never touched a stranger before. Anyway, I'm getting off track. This one guy I remember when working retail, I was just stocking the candies one day, and this happened. "Oh my, young lady, you're too pretty to be working here." This was a comment I'd hear too much, which I don't believe. I mean, look at me. I'm as pale as fucking paper. "Oh, thank you." You smell good too." "Thank you?" Holy shit, what the fuck was his issue? Again, what gives people the right to thinking they can just touch me or whisper in my ears or whatever? It makes me feel so fucking gross! Now that my job is, well, being a freelance artist, you'd think that I wouldn't encounter creepy men anymore, but the comment section would tell you otherwise, although the comment sections I have now aren't nearly as bad as they used to be, which I'm very thankful for. Like, yes, I do draw my character very attractive, because it's a way to make me feel better about my own unattractiveness by exaggerating the few things that I think are okay about myself and removing all of my flaws, but it's for me. not for other people, so I don't want to stop drawing her in this way. But drawing my character thinks it gives people the right to comment on my body in not so great ways sometimes. There has been more than a few comments I've had to delete in the past where men are saying that they hope they find me in real life so they can essay me and force me to get pregnant. Shit like that, which is fucking awful to have to read about myself. So any people watching this who know or recognize me at all in real life, please don't dox any information on me or what I look like in real life. I know I shouldn't have to say it, but considering those few comments, it's for my own personal safety, okay? Which is why I don't plan on ever doing a face reveal. But now with that out of the way, I think that's the only thing I don't like about this new job. I've never been happier, so I'm glad I'm able to do what I love and not, you know, almost get squashed by a pig. What I love doing is being able to create and be entertaining and show people what I can do. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again, Reverycraft, for sponsoring my video. Thank you, viewer, for watching all the way to the end. I'd like to say thank you to my Ko-Fi supporters, and I've also now opened memberships on YouTube as well. Man, I am unlocking so much from YouTube now. So once I get some of those, they'll be added onto this list as well. And take a look at all this beautiful fan art we have. Aren't my fans just the best? Now I'm gonna babble on as they scroll a little bit so you get a good chance to look at it before the end card. Man, I am starting to feel like a fully fledged YouTuber now. Because I still have a lot to learn. But that's why it makes me so happy to see people making fan art. It makes me feel like I'm at least doing something right. I start college again very soon, so my videos might not pop up as often, but I will do my best to keep up with everything because I love doing this, so I should, you know, why should I let college stop me? Alrighty. Here's the end card. Check out my other videos if you haven't watched already. The top one is the last story time I made, and the second one is my most popular video in which I've trolled some art scammers. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe, and why not follow my other social medias while you're here, since I post some different stuff on there. Have a good day, and stay tuned for more.